You know, people say, oh, you carry your weight well. I don't really carry my weight well. It's just an excuse people give you to make you feel better. I look terrible. We went to immigration one day to go to China from Hong Kong. We had to have a visa to go across. I actually had to go to immigration, or to the consulate, U.S. consulate, apply for a new passport because I had lost so much weight in such a short period of time that I was now not recognizable, and they didn't consider this to be a valid photo and passport ID. What you think matters. How do you handle rejection? If you think you can, you will. This is part of what we need to understand about ourselves. Clarity, focus, execute. Hey kids, so I thought I'd take a minute and describe how I started my program, www-SSC. Walk, water, weigh yourself every day, reduce your salt, sugars, and other carbs. And it's relatively easy, but I wanted to take a minute and describe how I started. Maybe it will help you or someone you know. So basically, 5.5 years ago, I was not quite 300 pounds. I was at one point. I got to Hong Kong. I realized I don't like walking behind everybody else, and I realized I'm waddling to meetings. I'm not walking, I'm waddling side to side. I have a client, and when I came back after 6 months, she imitated me. This is how you used to walk. And she starts waddling across the room. That's how bad it was. I was so fat, so out of shape, and not happy, of course. Anyway, I got over there, and of course I thought, before I left, I thought, I'm not going to have American food when I get there, so I'm eating giant cheeseburgers, and I still eat cheeseburgers, but I was eating just so much food. It was unbelievable. I was eating like I was never going to eat again. I don't know what we think. We as Americans think that, nothing's westernized. And there are places that aren't, and I have to say Hong Kong is much more westernized now, today, 5.5 years later, than it was then. So how it started is, I made up my mind I was going to change, and I thought through all the different things that I've tried before. We see the Stop the Insanity program, Weight Watcher, Atkins. I did Atkins. I lost 43 pounds on Atkins. And then I ballooned way up, just like everybody else. We get into this yo-yo syndrome where we gain more weight than we lost, and we keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. There are just a variety of reasons, but right now, today, all I want to focus on is how did I start, so that maybe it will help you or someone you know. I started by not liking the situation I was in, making up my mind, that is it, I'm going to change so that I can enjoy my life. We went to immigration one day to go to China from Hong Kong. The immigration officer looks at my passport, looks at me. As a matter of fact, I have that passport right here. Let me find that. I'm pretty sure I have it in my bag. Let me get the bag. My briefcase is always here next to me. Yeah, here it is. Here's my old passport. I just happen to have it. So, this is not planned, but so I get to immigration, like a month or 2 months of weight loss, not very long because it was coming off pretty fast, 1.5 pounds a day. So the immigration officer looks at my passport, and then he looks at me.
The problem is, I do not believe you are the same person as in your passport photograph.
And then he looks at Melinda, who was just a traveling companion and girlfriend at the time, and he says, is this really him? She said, of course, yes, it's him. He just lost a lot of weight, and then he was amazed. And I picked out all the good things, and I tried to figure out, what is it about it that makes us get off of these programs? We deprive ourselves. And so what I did is I turned that around. I said to myself, okay, I can eat whatever I want to eat. As long as I reduce my intake a little bit, increase my activity a little bit, I can basically eat whatever I want to eat. But also having known the information in the Atkins program, and so the Atkins thing, the one thing I learned was good carbs, bad carbs, how you can eat what you want. You need to eat vegetables. I don't eat enough. But it's not about becoming a vegan and not eating fat. It's not about any of this stuff. That's all garbage. But Atkins had done a lot of research. For an example, real simple, I used this the other day in a video. One of the worst desserts, if you're at a party We have to make decisions, right? We want to eat, we want to participate in the party, we want to eat the food. It's great food, why wouldn't we? One of the worst things that I like is apple pie. One of the best things to choose when you're at a party is the chocolate cake. The chocolate cake with the icing. Now, you can have extremes of that too and really get carried away. But just a basic chocolate cake, have a nice piece of chocolate cake, about 2 inches square, maybe 2 of them, whatever, but that's your better choice than the apple pie. It's not about what we can't do. It's not about depriving yourself. First of all, they use the wrong word. They use the word diet, the 4-letter word I never use, because psychologically, we're telling ourselves we're going to deprive ourselves. We're not changing our lifestyle. We're going on a program that's called a diet, and I can't eat this stuff. Well, that's psychologically self-sabotaging. You're not on a diet. Your lifestyle is one that will maintain your body size the way you like it, the way you were when you were 18 or 20 or 21, something like that. That's also what I did as I thought back, okay, what point in my life was I comfortable with my body weight? What was I doing? What was I not doing? What am I doing differently now? Probably you were happier then. I was. We need to talk about, the influences that we're around cause a lot of problems. Overeating causes us to be unhappy, causes depression, it causes a lot of things that go along with this. So part of being positive and positivity goes along with this program of weigh yourself every day, walk every day, and water yourself every day. And reduce the salt, reduce the sugars, the other carbohydrates, reduce them. That's part of reducing our intake. I don't count anything, I never did on this program. Since I started 5.5 years ago, I refuse to look at calories. It's all meaningless. What matters is taking in slightly less than you burn, and on the maintenance is taking in about the same amount as you burn. Simple. I mean, it's not rocket scientist brain surgery.
That's it. I'm out of here. I've had enough. I'm off to watch TV.
We have to get active. Bruce Jenner said before the surgery on the Special K box,
find something you like to do and do it every day.
Sounds pretty simple. Years ago, I used to play racquetball, and I did that. The problem with racquetball is you need a partner. And when your partner doesn't show up, that's a great excuse to not have to play. So I would do the treadmill in the morning, and then some days I'd do the treadmill and then go play racquetball. I started to get pretty good at racquetball. Not good enough, but I got into a tournament and got beat really badly. I didn't score 1 point. But the point here is, we get on these programs, we get on these health kicks when we're younger. They work as long as we work it. So I have to do something I like. I really don't like walking in the United States. It's terrible. It's so long, it's so boring, there's nothing to look at. I love walking in Hong Kong because there's always something to look at. People all around. Even though I go past the same thing every day, it's always different. I started just walking a little bit more each day. First of all, I lived up on a hill, so I had to walk down the steps to go to the office in the morning. I had to walk back up those steps to go back to the apartment. One of the guys that worked with us was much heavier than me, much more out of shape, and I think still is. I hope he's not. He would take a taxi, and once in a while I would do that. $2.50 in US dollars to go from the office up and around the hill to Hollywood Road to our apartment. And that's the epitome of lazy. That's, once in a while I would do that. What did I do besides that? I started to play darts, believe it or not. I didn't play darts. I didn't know how to play darts. All my darts ended up on the floor. The idea of throwing 3 darts 8 feet away from the wall, having to walk over and then bend over, pick up those darts wherever they are. Some I lost. I never did find them. Finally, I had people show me how to do it, and then I would start to play and throw like 200 darts a night or something. I'd play until I got tired. In the morning, what are we going to do? We're going to weigh ourselves every day. That's the first thing you have to do. Take accountability for where we are. That puts the program in your head to what you're going to do. Face reality. Did I gain? Did I lose? What did I do? And then think back. What did I eat? Don't write this stuff down. You don't have to write it down. You know what you ate. I know what I ate, usually. Ribs, whatever. I eat whatever I want to eat. Don't gorge ourselves. Don't go to buffets, or one of the worst things you can do. Doing some thought processes as to what was good and bad about all these other programs. Every program has its points. We have to change our lifestyle in order to do it every day. Eat 3 meals or 6. 6 meals is better. Most people don't even eat breakfast. They're already off. I skipped breakfast for some reason. I think because I was busy ironing my clothes. I don't know. So what did I do? I stopped at the convenience store just before I got to the church, and I bought a Snickers and a 3 Musketeers, which is good. A Snickers will fill me up a little bit, just a small one, not the giant Snickers. Come on, stay with me. I carry the little mini fun size Snickers in my truck or my bag or my briefcase so that I always have something. If I'm running late or stuck in traffic, you have something so that you don't that big hunger thing going and then you can't satisfy yourself. So the time the meal came after that service, I was really hungry. And it was because I didn't have breakfast. I was off my routine. We don't like routines, most of us. We like to just kind of wing it. Drink more water. I have water right here. I'm drinking too much coffee and not enough water, being able to lose the weight. So hope it helps. If you want more tips, just follow me on YouTube, Ty, Tyghe, Ty Lifestyles. That's where these lifestyle videos are going to be. And if you have a group, a church group or whatever, and I'll try to watch my language, be happy to come in and talk to the group about what to do, how to do it, and what not to do. I think sometimes it's like relationships. We have relationships that are bad, and then we know what we don't want in the next relationship. And weight loss and weight management is the same thing. After a while, we know what we didn't like about the last thing. We didn't want to go to the gym. We don't want to see those people. We're lazy. And we'll drive to a gym and fool ourselves for a couple of weeks, but we won't work around the house. To me, that doesn't make any sense. And my friend used to say to me, just do a little bit and then do a little bit more. And I was so out of shape and so fat, I just didn't want to do it. I thought, well, tomorrow. And when you get to a certain age, you realize you don't have too many tomorrows. Today may be the last tomorrow there was. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Have a great day.